So they wanted you to quit running your own company that you've been running for almost 20 years at that point in time.
Yeah, I think, they were asking too much. And a lot of the companies that were looking at us didn't want the liability. I mean, we will process 20,000 subpoenas and emergency calls this year. So these companies that were looking at us didn't want to handle the 2 o'clock in the morning call when there's been a kidnapping or, a murder for hire or something like that, terrorists with a bomb.
When private equity guys come in, their goal is to grow up a company and then sell it. But often when private equity guys come into a business, they want majority ownership, which forced you to have a minority position, which means you didn't really have control. Maybe you were running the company, but you didn't have total control. And then when they couldn't sell it, what happened to you?
Well, after they threw in the towel on selling the company, one of the board members came to me and over dinner told me that the board had made a decision to have me step down as CEO. And he was going to take over because he said he knew how to grow the business. And he asked me to stay on in the position of sales and to run sales.
So they wanted you to quit running your own company that you've been running for almost 20 years at that point in time.
Yeah.
That must have been really hard.
Yeah, it was a punch to the solar plexus for sure. The timing of that was we were on a retreat with the executive staff, and they were pretty upset as well. And so, we all decided to give it a try. But it only took about 30 days for me to realize that the whole thing was just a train wreck. For example, one of the benefits that we have at the company is we give everybody a $100 gift card on their birthday. And the new CEO decided to cut that expense. Now, in a company of 30 people, that's $3,000 on a company that's doing 6 or 7 million. I had one employee call me in tears saying, that's the only gift I ever get on my birthday.
Wow.
So, that's when, after being on my knees one day in prayer, I realized that if we didn't try to get control of the company back from these investors, and by the way, they're not all bad. There were good people on the board. They weren't all bad. But on my knees, I decided to try to get the company back.